In this boardroom, we've never had a team lose so badly. You're all fired. All four are fired.
There's some mean ones, and they're filthy rich. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 meanest TV personalities.
Did you ever hear the expression, beauty fades, dumb is forever? Either you're playing dumb, or it's not an act.
For this list, we'll be looking at the small screen meanies known for being loudmouths, smart mouths, and potty mouths. In other words, we're talking blowhards who appear to run the show or call the shots. Backstabbers and greaseballs from competitive reality shows that encourage that sort of subhuman behavior will not be included, as they're a list for another day.
One taxi! I call for a taxi!
You're crazy. Yeah, but get in the car.
Amigo! Telephone taxi!
You're crazy. We called too.
Number 10. Natalia kills and Willy Moon, the XFactor New Zealand.
I am embarrassed to be sitting here in your presence, having to even dignify you with an answer of my opinion.
How vicious are these two? Simon Cowell thought they were mean. Simon Cowell, a husband and wife team, and then recently installed judges on New Zealand's version of the XFactor. The two gained notoriety when they tag-teamed hapless contestant Joe Irvine.
It's cheesy,
but
it's disgusting.
Cleopatra?
I personally found it absolutely artistically atrocious.
Irvine's crime, you ask? Copying Willy Moon's signature style of wearing a suit and having hair.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband. From the hair to the suit, do you not have any value or respect for originality?
Natalia Kills took the brunt of the public hate in 2015, with 70,000 fans calling for her firing in just 24 hours. But it was Moon who made arguably the most offensive comments, suggesting Irvine looked like he joy-killed the studio audience, slasher style.
It's like Norman Bates dressing up in his mother's clothing. It's just a little bit creepy, and I feel like you're gonna stitch someone's skin to your face and then kill everybody in the audience.
Sure enough, the couple was sacked from the series shortly thereafter.
I'm gonna say it. It's disgusting. You make me sick. It's absolutely disgusting. You have no identity. I can't stand it. I'm ashamed to be here.
Number 9. Morton Downey Jr., The Morton Downey Jr. Show, and Downey.
If I had a slime like you in the White House, I'd puke on you.
Like angry, chain-smoking, opinionated old white guys but don't follow politics, Morton Downey Jr. to the rescue. Known for good reason as Mort the Mouth, Downey Jr. popularized the phrase, "zip it."
What the Americans? Zip it.
Verbally attacked strippers,
I'd love you to try to beat me, honey. I'd show you how to kick the living out of a broad.
physically attacked gays, and even brought out his HIV-positive brother, just to upset his audience. Downey Jr.'s rise as king of trash TV was meteoric, but short-lived.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I'll sue you, Mark. Will you sue me? Yeah, but I can't stand in line. I can't sue you for face.
In High Times, he appeared at WrestleMania 5
Morton Downey Jr.
and in Predator 2.
Hey, arrogant! More victims, more mutilation! You.
But by the time his late 80s series ended, sponsors were reduced to 1-900 numbers, while his show was bumped later and later into the night.
Sit down, you fat bitch! Listen, you sit down!
Number 8. Patti Stanger, the millionaire matchmaker.
Justin is so in love with himself that if he could his reflection, he probably would.
Dubbed the Simon Cowell of dating, the surgically enhanced and largely airbrushed Patti Stanger has made a name for herself by telling it how no one wants to hear it.
And wear something sexy hot.
Okay.
Not like your members-only ex-jacket.
Okay, thanks.
As a matchmaker and CEO of the Millionaires Club, she sifts through potential dates with her own shallow standards, never hesitating to inform someone if they're too old, too fat, or too redheaded.
I mean, look at that! Are you an elf with those boots?
Seriously, can you burn those boots and that dress? Because no one's going to want to an elf.
Patti has even used the series herself, but when the resulting coupling smashed on the rocks, she lowered herself to pleb standards and found her next man, David Krause, on Plenty of Fish.
Last year, I met David, the man of my dreams. He brought me a promise ring for the future.
So is that a yes?
And now we live together in Marina Del Rey.
That pairing ended in 2015, as did her relationship with Bravo.
But to me,
Roman,
maybe means...
Because you don't know what you're doing. Now, you're either gonna listen to me, or I'm gonna throw you out. Make a decision now. Which way do you want it?
I'm listening.
Number 7, Abby Lee Miller, Dance Moms.
It's the Abby Lee Dance Company. It's none of your business.
She describes herself as batshit crazy, and that's a good indication of what to expect from this dance instructor.
Every time you set the rules change.
You know what? Oh well.
Harshly critical, even at a personal level in an effort to motivate her dancers. Abby Lee Miller's temper and crazed-out drama make her the breakout star of this reality show.
Do not treat my child like that! You begged me to get your kid back! Do not! I want this kid with me! I don't want her with you! Sleeping with some guy you're not even married to! No!
Anger highlights include a 2013 chair throwing at dancer Paige Hyland that amounted to a lawsuit by Hyland the following year.
Do something!
Miller frequently complains about the show's editing. However, many dancers claim she's even worse in real life, so maybe she should just leave well enough alone.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you most certainly did.
No, I didn't, dingbat. Listen! I said, Brooke, is your mother
Get
speaking
your
for you?
finger
Do you
out
want to
of
be
my face. Girls out the room. Yeah, you would eat me. Get off of me.
Number 6, Joe Bastianich, Master Chef and restaurant startup.
The only thing worse than a cook who can't boil is a narcissist in full denial. Thank you for nothing.
Known to at least some MasterChef fans as Bastard Bitch, this Queens-based restaurateur left the Gordon Ramsay-led series in 2014 to focus on other projects, which probably include being a meanie bobini.
This is a great example of what garbage is. If you're gonna serve us crap like that, then you're really wasting our time.
On the bravado scale, Joe Bastianich claims to have invented the everything bagel. On the being a jerk scale, the restaurateur once suggested a well-liked but blind chef would be better suited to working in the coat room.
Where would you put her in a situation like this?
I would have her at the end finishing a dish.
Definitely coat check room.
No, come on.
Said by the kids of MasterChef Jr. to be even scarier than Ramsay. This is one dude you wouldn't want to bump into in a dark kitchen.
This is the most important dish of your life, guys. You see this? This is
Number 5, Judy Scheindlin, Judge Judy.
You lie to me, I'll wipe up the floor with you worse than anybody else who's ever tackled you.
Dear grandmotherly Judge Judy. Dispensing wisdom, logic, and solid reason for decades. And making $47 million a year doing it.
Like 3 months
Not
ago?
like.
3 months
Not
ago.
like. I don't want to hear like. I want you to take like out of the dictionary.
For sure. It was like in August.
It was in August.
Although she has legit legal cred, the court over which Judge Judy presides is not real. Cases are arbitrated, participants are paid to appear, and the show itself shells out damages, meaning everybody wins. Usually.
It was like 5 or 6 of his friends.
Were you cursing at 5 or 6 of his friends for, you idiot?
Though she's tough and unapologetic, she'll laugh if the situation calls for it. Like when a young man lost his case in under 20 seconds.
I had gift cards in there, my earpiece, and a calculator.
There was no earpiece in her mail.
I love it.
Judge Judy is a no BS kind of lady and remains unafraid to call out anyone who crosses her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He cheats all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you trying to justify to me the fact that you're an idiot?
Number 4, Bill O'Reilly, The O'Reilly Factor.
Well, say you're a cocaine dealer, and you kind of look like one a little bit.
As do you. You look like a cocaine user, so
yeah,
we're even.
I'm too thin, I know.
Best known as the argumentative, hot-headed, loudmouthed, pot-stirring host of The O'Reilly Factor, Billy Boy shoots from the hip.
The Stockholm Syndrome thing, I don't buy it. I've never bought it. I didn't think it happened in a Patty Hearst case. I don't think it happened here.
A raging jerk nugget on screen. The one thing we can say about Bill O'Reilly is his shtick does not seem to be an act.
It is an excellent book and a nice read. And
somebody read it to you?
In 2004, a female producer of his show threatened to sue O'Reilly when he drunkenly called the woman and described his various masturbatory fantasies involving her. The host countersued for extortion.
We would not have filed an extortion lawsuit unless we were confident we would win it.
I had said no to him, and 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 no to him about his saucy language.
During his eventual divorce, O'Reilly attempted to have his ex-wife excommunicated from the Catholic Church, resulting in her being formally reprimanded for taking communion as a divorcee. Bitter much?
F***ing thing sucks!
Number 3, Simon Cowell, Various.
You need 3 yeses.
Well, let me help. No. Okay. God only knows what would have happened if we'd have asked for a second song.
In another, better, brighter world, we could admire Simon Cowell. This is not that world.
It sounded like 2 3-year-olds who've got flu trying to sing.
Working his way up from the mailroom at EMI Records to A&R scout and eventual music mogul, Cowell first gained major attention as a judge on American Idol.
How do I get you alone?
You wouldn't.
Cutting remark after cutting remark saw him dubbed Judge Dredd, while Cowell has become the template for mean-ass talent judges.
No one would pay to see you perform.
I know a lot of people who'd pay at least a tenner to see me.
I know a lot of people who'd pay not to hear you, Ashwin.
Whatever.
Although he does have his odd kind moment. The career of Susan Boyle, for example.
Susan Boyle, you can go back to the village with your head held high. It's 3 S's.
Cowell will always be known as Mr. Nasty, and the man behind bands like 1D and 5. Number 2, Gordon Ramsay, Various.
This is not personal, this is professional.
I'm sorry,
that
Chef.
first one's a piece of shit, now pull it back!
Yes, Chef.
Just how mean is Gordon Ramsay? He's actually had cosmetic surgery to appear less threatening on TV. Yikes.
Why are you so fucking chippy?
I'm not chippy, mate.
Right, Gordon. James, it'd be greatly appreciated for the next 20 minutes, Gordon. I'm not your fucking mate.
Okay, good.
Off-screen, Ramsay has faced accusations of serving frozen meals at some of his restaurants. And in 2005, he lied about and gleefully fed a vegetarian a ham pizza. But he's somehow worse on camera.
That looks like a dog's dinner. And you want me to serve that in there? Then you want to walk away winning a restaurant? Yourself. Get it in the bin.
In 2004, during a taping of Hell's Kitchen, he shoved a contestant, causing the man to sprain his ankle. While in 2007, on the same series, he verbally fat-shamed an overweight chef.
You are one chunky monkey, aren't you?
Yes, Chef.
What is it?
It's finger food, Chef, so
How big are your fingers?
I have big hands.
However, for British fans, the testament to Ramsay's nastiness is his epic showdown with former MP Edwina Currie.
Go home.
Somebody is going to slice an artery because they're so tired.
Somebody's going to slice an artery?
Yeah.
All I can report to you is what...
But it's not about reporting. I don't want you telling me how to be a poisonous bitch. I want you to be a team member, okay?
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
That's more like it, isn't it? That's the sort of act we're used to on Red Faces. Absolute rubbish. You really are a moron, aren't you?
Okay, hold. So,
Now you want to pipe me down.
No, I want you to use your brain.
Congressman Keith Ellison of Minnesota, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Always a pleasure, Keith. Take care now.
You too. I'll go further than that. Congressman Peter King is un-American, and frankly, forgive the language, he's an asshole.
Beauty.
Phil, why Ellen?
She got a few wrong.
Ellen, you are the weakest link. Bye.
Number 1, Ann Coulter, Various.
Do you think it's appropriate to use the word retard at all, but especially talking about the president?
Yeah, why not?
Where others operate under a policy of brutal honesty, Ann Coulter seems to work without a map altogether. As a Christian, Coulter suggested Jews should convert and that Muslims should travel by camel rather than by plane.
Answer the question!
Elsewhere, Coulter is semi-opposed to female voting, and is against gay marriage, citing no constitutional right to sodomy.
Smoking, well, we all have to pay. Sodomy, we all have to pay. You're the one making the argument. Fine, go ahead, have your bathhouses.
Her use of words like retard and faggot as insults, meanwhile, has drawn the ire of the Special Olympics and GLAAD, respectively.
You really do not apologize for use of words, do you?
No, stop making words, taking them off the English language that we're allowed to use. I can't stand this political correctness.
While even Bill O'Reilly called shenanigans when she found a bright side to the Fukushima nuclear disaster of 2011.
By your account, we should all be heading for the nuclear reactor leaking.
She's just not a nice person, but she does not care.
Okay. I not only want don't ask, don't tell for the military, I want don't ask, don't tell for all of society. Just give me a week where we're not talking about the gays.
What do you mean you want don't ask, don't tell for the military? You want to go back to that system? That was corrupt.
The Clinton system.
Do you agree with our list?
Blow your ass out of here. First, let me ask you. Did you hear me say blow your ass out of here?
Who do you think is the meanest TV personality?
It's as if it's happy for you to screw the risotto and not say anything.
Don't spit at me,
Oh, really?
It's not healthy.
You got a hairnet on. Won't make any f***ing difference.
For more acid-spewing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It was a horrible, horrible presentation. There was absolutely nothing redeeming in it other than the fact that we stopped it early.